Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning. So today we are going to discuss marketing communication. In the last class, we have discussed about promotion and what are the various strategies which are basically used in promotion. And today we are going to understand marketing communication mix. So we are going to understand that what are the things which are involved in communication processes, right? So let us understand what are the learning objectives of today's class. So the learning objective is to understand the process of communication mix, to understand choosing the right method of promotion for a particular product. So it is very important to choose the right method in the communication mix because as we have studied in the last classes that there are lots of methods through which you can promote your product. You can promote your product through sales promotion, through personal selling, through advertising, through the digital medium. So there are various methods through which you can promote your product, right? Now these will be the learning outcomes. That means after completing this class, you will be able to answer these questions, a complete understanding of marketing communication mix, and also practical implementation of the communication mix. That means practical implementation of creating a great marketing strategy to promote a product. Now let us understand the concept of communication mix. Communication mix refers to specific methods used to promote the company or its product to target customers. So what is the basic what is the basic aim of marketing is to create the awareness of the product in the mind of the customers. The customer should know that this product has arrived in the market and the customer should have a complete knowledge or at least the idea of the product that has been launched in the market. So when I talk about communication mix, it refers to the methods which are used to promote the company or its product to the targeted customer, right? So that is called as communication mix. How do you communicate the product? How do you increase the awareness? How do you reach to the customer is very important, which is a part of communication mix. Now, what are the main element of communication mix? Let us understand. Let's go to a quick review on the communication mix. The first is called as advertising element. Okay. So now, what is advertising element? It is the most prominent element of the communication mix, in which marketing and advertising are misconstructed at the same time. So we know what is advertising, right? Bindu, can you explain what is advertising?
Advertise like when we when a company compose a product, then its own depend on sales. They want to
Right.
profit, and they take advertisement.
Very good. Very good, Bindu. Great effort. So that is called as advertising. It is basically a non-personal form of paid communication to the customer. You see TV advertisements, Shah Rukh Khan promoting Byju's and Priyanka Chopra is promoting Happy Face, Salman Khan is promoting Happy Face. So these are all advertisements that we see. We see advertisements even on the Facebook pages, on Instagram pages, on Google's app notifications. So we get a lot of advertisement all around. We see hoardings when we are driving. We see a lot of hoardings, advertising for a particular product or services. So that is the first element, advertising, which is the most effective way of increasing the awareness of a particular product, right? The second is called as personal selling and direct marketing. See, I have explained you that what is personal selling. In personal selling, you personally go to the consumer or the customer and you market your product, right? You sell your product, you push your product to the customer, and you want the customer to use your product or take your product. So that is called as personal selling, or we can call it as direct marketing. Okay. Next, one thing that has to be discussed in personal selling or direct marketing is, see, in direct marketing, you are directly selling a product to a single customer. So you can customize your ad, you can change your ad as per the needs and the wants and the likings of the customer. For example, I have seen some, models of cars that are specifically being engineered on uh, a design suggestion taken from a customer. So you can design your own car also, right? You can design your own Harley Davidson. So it is customization. We are changing the design of the bike as the customer, as the customer needs or desires, right? So that is something which is different in personal selling and direct marketing, that we can go for customization of a particular product. Next is called as discounts and promotion. So when we talk about discounts and promotion, uh, we are talking about sales promotion, right? We are we are just throwing out a lot of schemes in the market just to push the selling part, right? We have already a lot of inventory in the shelf and we want to just sell out the product to the market. So that is called as, that is where discounts and promotions come into play. You will see a lot of Diwali discount schemes, or maybe end of season sale, or Independence Day sale. These kind of sales you will find. Next, we have public relations and messaging. So wherever you go to a bank, specifically a private bank, you will see a public relations officer. So the main work of a public relations officer is to make you comfortable in that banking environment, to help you understand how to how to fill the forms, how to deposit checks, how to withdraw cash. He will help you do all the things that you do not know how to do, right? So a public relations officer is basically there to help only the customers. So his basic aim and basic motive of creating this position of public relations is to help people accommodate easily in a service industry, or to help people easily understand a product also. For example, you have taken a new microwave and you do not know how to install it, or you have taken a new software and you do not know how to install it. So there is some customer relationship officer who is going to help you, guide you on the phone on how to install that software, how to install that microwave, and that ways it will make your life much easy. Okay. After that, you have event sponsorship, uh, and having a presence. So event sponsorship is again very important, where you are sponsoring various events, and through those events you are reaching to the people who are connected to that event. For example, if you are sponsoring a sport event, then you are reaching the people who like to watch that sports, right? So, for example, right now Euro is going on, right? Euro football match. So, uh, 2 days back, a huge news came that a match was postponed because some player he got a heart attack on the field, and the paramedic staff that was there, they revived him. So uh, it was a news that captured attention of all the news channels. Even I've seen that news in Aaj Tak, which is a national news channel. People here in India do not follow football that much, but still we are seeing a match of a Euro tournament in a Indian national television is a big thing. So it will capture the eye of the people who have even a small interest in sport. Or if your country is involved in that particular sport, then definitely your brand is going to get exposure. So that is called as event sponsorship. Okay. Next is communication process. So we have to understand this communication process. How can we communicate to the customer? This communication process is like simple and general that you can understand. This remains same, right? Even if I am talking to you, this is the communication process. If the brand is talking to the customer, this is the communication process that you need to understand. The first is sender, the second is encoding, then channel, then decoding, and then receiver. Okay, so there has to be a sender. Here, when I am communicating with you, I am the sender. I am encoding. Encoding means whatever message I have in my mind, I am encoding that message into language, English, and that through a channel. This channel is here is Google Meet. Through Google Meet, you are able to hear me. So this is a channel. If you are sitting in a classroom, then the surroundings is a channel, the air is acting as a medium so that my voice can reach to you. Then decoding happens. So decoding part starts from the receiver's end. So you are the receiver. You students are the receivers because you are listening to me, right? So you are decoding. You are listening from the ear. You are decoding the language in your mind. You understand this language, so you are trying to understand what I'm saying. So you are decoding in your mind, and then you are receiving, and then you are giving the feedback to me, right? This lower part channel is called as feedback. Through channel you are giving the feedback, ma'am, I'm not able to understand, or ma'am, what can be the example, I have a confusion, whatever you tell me, you give me a feedback, right? And if the channel has a lot of noise, for example, when I am taking a lecture, if a lot of background noise is coming, you are not able to hear it. So that is going to distort the communication process, right? For example, in my surroundings, there is a lot of beautiful pictures, colorful pictures that you are going to look at those pictures, not going to listen to me, right? So the noise or the hurdles which happens in the communication process happens from the senders and from the receiver's point of view. For example, if you are playing a game on your mobile phone, so that is a distortion. You will not be able to decode the message correctly in your mind. For example, you are talking to a friend on WhatsApp, you are listening to a lecture, you will not be able to decode. In the same way, if something is happening here in my surrounding, you will not be able to understand what I'm saying because there will be a lot of distortion. So this is how a communication process takes place. Now, because we are understanding marketing communication process, we have to understand from the marketer's point of view, right? How this communication process is being implemented in the marketing perspective. So sender, who is the sender here? Marketer is a sender, right? The person who is promoting the product, the company, the brand, they are the sender, right? They are encoding the message. Now, how will they encode the message? The way in which they are creating the awareness of the product to the customer. So it can be through advertising, it can be through sales promotion, it can be through personal selling, it can be through anything they want, right? They have to encode the message. For example, uh, they have, for example, they are selling, uh, let's say, example, a beverage, they are selling Pepsi, right? Or let's say a healthy example, right? Because I have read a news that Cristiano Ronaldo was giving an interview, and a Pepsi bottle was there in front of him, and then he kept the bottle just like this, and he just said one sentence that stop consuming Pepsi and opt for some healthier options. And Pepsi has lost millions and billions of market because he's a great influencer, and if he's saying something, it is like golden words for people. He is one of the best known faces of football, and if he says that don't consume Pepsi, people have actually stopped consuming Pepsi, and Pepsi is actually having a lot of losses, right? So this is how the marketing industry goes. This is how things happen, right? So uh, you know the marketer has to encode the message very diligently so that the customer listen to them, right? Now, in order to increase the publicity, Pepsi may have to use a huge face, a bigger face, a celebrity who can endorse Pepsi in a greater voice, right? So this is how you have to encode a message. So we were taking a healthy example. Let's say let's take an example of Subway, right? It's comparatively healthier. So you are encoding the message. You are sending the message in the newspapers and social media that it is a healthier option of fast food, right? It is a healthier option of fast food. So in this language, you are encoding this meaning that this is a fast food, but it is healthy. Okay. Then through channel, what is the channel here? Social media, television ads, newspapers. These are the mediums through which they are communicating the message. Then they are decoding the message. Now, how they are decoding the message? They are de- we are decoding the message. Means I am reading newspaper and I want to go out and eat out on Sunday. Because markets are opening up. Rajasthan government is now opening up the markets and the restaurants and all those things. So I was planning to go out on Sunday. So what I found out is that Subway is a healthier option. So I've read that advertisement and I've encoded, decoded that in my mind that because Subway is a healthier option, maybe I should go to Subway. And then as a receiver, I went to Subway on Sunday and then I've consumed that stuff. And then I am sending the feedback when I'm talking to my friends. I'm telling them that Subway is offering uh, maybe healthier options of fast food, so we should try that, and your children should try that. Children love cookies there and things like that. So this is how the communication process takes place between a marketer and a consumer. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, can you please repeat this previous slide, ma'am? Actually, due to communication, lack of communication, ma'am, I was not able to understand properly.
Okay. So I will explain you again the communication process. So you were not able to hear any of it.
Uh, Sometime I was able to hear properly, and sometime your voice is not clear. That's why I was not able to understand properly.
Okay, so can everybody listen me, or is there a network error with Vijay only? Can all of you listen to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so I think there is some network issue from your end only.
Yes, ma'am.
So Vijay, am I audible now clearly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a communication process that we were studying. Okay. Uh, uh, there are these steps which are involved in this communication process. We have sender. Sender means a person who is sending a particular message. Then there is encoding. Encoding means through language or whatever medium I'm using for communicating my thing which is going in my mind. For example, I am taking a lecture and I want to explain what is the marketing communication process, right? So I'm using English language, that is called as encoding. I'm using language to express what is going on in my mind. Then channel. The channel here is Google Meet. He has gone. Are you there, Vijay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So channel means through Google Meet, I am communicating the message to you. So channel becomes Google Meet. Then decoding. Decoding means as a student you are listening to me and you are changing that English language into your meaningful terms. Means for example, if your matra bhasha is like Hindi, so you will decode my English message into Hindi so that you can understand it, and you are a receiver, right? I am the sender, you are the receiver. I am encoding in my language, English language, you are decoding it in your language, and then you are receiving my message, and then you are giving me feedback. Feedback means, for example, Vijay has given me feedback because of his internet connectivity, he was not able to hear. So he's giving me feedback. And if there is noise means any kind of distortion. Distortion means it can be a physical distortion, for example, voice from any end. If you have a lot of voice or distortion at your end, or I have a very noise or distortive environment here, you will not be able to hear me clearly. You will not be able to understand me clearly. If there are any other distortions, for example, uh, you know if you are busy in something else, if your parents are saying something else, they are talking very loudly, so you will not be able to listen to me or hear to me, so that is called as noise. So that is called as the communication process. Okay. So now let's go to integrated marketing communication. Ideally, communication from each promotional element ought to be integrated. The message reaching out the customer must be consistent irrespective of the medium used. Organizational arrangement must ensure integrated marketing communication. This is the responsibility of marketing communication manager. So we have a post in marketing department which is called as marketing communications manager. So it is his responsibility to make sure that whatever this communication process is going on, there should be no noise or no hindrance in this process, right? Whatever the company is trying to communicate to the customers should be able to listen and receive in the same manner in which the company is communicating to the customer, right? So that is called as integrated marketing communication. Okay, integrated marketing communication means a marketing communication in which there is no noise. Apt kind of noise means there is no distortion. Distortion means your voice should be higher than the competitor's voice so that the customer can only listen to you and not to the competitors, right? That means no noise. Okay, now we have to understand goals and tasks of promotion. So, what are the basic aim of promotion, motive of promotion? It is to make customer aware about a particular product or service. If you are a new brand, it is very important. If you are already established in market, it is important to keep customer reminding that you are there in the market. You still persist to make people loyal towards a particular brand. For example, there are very old brands. For example, when we talk about Raymond, Raymond is a very old brand. They say Raymond since I don't know what 1825, right? So it is like a very old brand, but still they are advertising to keep us reminding that they are still there in the market, they are still competing. And whenever you will make a purchase decision of maybe buying a shirt cloth or a suit cloth, you will go to Raymond, right? Because they are somebody who is persistently reminding that they exist in the market. So, what are the basic goals and tasks of promotion? Here you can see three circles. These three circles are concentrating on this smaller circle in which target audience is written. So, our basic three dimensional efforts are basically concentrating on the target audience. So, what are these three efforts? The first effort is informing, the second effort is reminding, and the third effort is persuading. Right? The first is informing. So you have to inform about your product to the customer that you are there. There are various new brands which we do not know. They are informing in a very innovative manner. For example, I've seen various startups, they are making a short story, and through famous YouTube influencers, they are showcasing their story, right? So I would like to give you an example. Yesterday, I was watching because I follow a channel on I think it's on Facebook. It's called Curly Tales, right? So yesterday it is basically a travel. She's basically a travel blogger and vlogger. But yesterday when I saw a video, they were making a video on a startup and how a very old aged lady was a success has become a successful entrepreneur in this lockdown, and the name of uh, that entrepreneur or that small project was Guju Benka Nashta, right? So she is basically a Gujarati lady, and she is a grandma. Her age is above 80 years, and she is daily making these Gujarati snack foods like khakra and papad and whatever things Gujaratis eat. And they have set up a small shop in Mumbai, and they are earning the profits in crores. So this is how they are informed, right? So they have shown all the information that if you want to order online, you can order from here. So this is a very innovative way of informing that you are there to exist. So next time when I will want to, order a Gujarati nashta, maybe I will place the online order to Guju Benka nashta instead of going to a local shop, because in my mind I will have an idea that I'm helping a aged lady who is working at this age also. So this is how you inform about your customers, not necessarily through a very full-fledged, a very big commercialized advertisement using a Bollywood film star or a cricket star. You can inform your customers with the help of a small Facebook page, or maybe starting a small video campaign on YouTube also, right? The second is reminding. No, reminding is very important because once you are there in the market, it is important to keep people reminding that you are there. I've just given you an example of Raymond, right? So they are always reminding us that they are there. Now they are not talking about their quality because everybody knows that they have excellent quality. Raymond has excellent quality. So they have used emotional kind of advertisements in which they are showing an image of a perfect man, Raymond, a perfect man, right? So this man, he's a good father, he is a good son, he's a good husband, right? So they are showcasing or attaching the image of a perfect man with that Raymond image. So this is their way of reminding that they still exist in the market. Then we have persuading. Persuading means positively influencing the customer to buy a product is called as persuading. That means positively influencing them or motivating them to buy a particular product, right? That is persuading. So the best way of persuasion nowadays is through using social marketing. If you are delivering a social message with your product, adding a social message with your product, then you are persuading a customer. For example, अगर आप आपने कोई ऐड देखा हो तो वो ऐसा बोलते हैं कि अगर आप ये सामान खरीदेंगे तो इसका एक हिस्सा चैरिटी में जाएगा, ठीक है? तो अगर आप चैरिटी करना चाहते हो तो आप ये प्रोडक्ट खरीदो. तो मे बी समवेयर इन योर माइंड इट विल स्टक यू because the situation outside is very critical nowadays. India is facing a lot of problems, so maybe you will take that product of PNG, right, instead of going for another option. So that is how persuading is like positively motivating the customer to take that product. So all these three dimensional efforts are going towards your target audience. You are from all the three directions, you are just influencing this customer to take your product. You are informing, you are reminding, and you are persuading also. For example, you have apps, they keep on giving you notifications, this sale, that sale, whatever, and sometimes when you have time you also check that app also, right? So this is how they keep on reminding that this thing exists, right? So these are the goals and tasks of promotion. This diagram is very important. The examiner can ask you that what are the three basic tasks of promotion. Then you have to explain the three tasks of promotion are informing, reminding, and persuading. Okay. Now this is a diagram that you need to understand. This is called as AIDA diagram. AIDA means attention, interest, desire, and action. Okay, what are these? Attention, interest, desire, and action. Okay, so this is called as AIDA model, which is related to your customer purchase behavior. Okay, AIDA model is related to customer purchase behavior. So here we'll see that there are basically these levels through which a customer goes through when he finally makes a purchase decision. Now, what are these levels? Let us understand. The first level is called as attention. Attention means the customer is getting awareness and knowledge about a particular product, right? A particular product means, for example, a customer, wants to take a four-wheeler car. He is maybe the person is earning from the past 5 years and now he has some kind of saving and he want to take a four-wheeler or a car for the convenience of his family. So what do? He takes knowledge from the people who are with him. He will talk to his colleagues. अरे तेरे पास कौन सा कार है, तेरे पास कौन सा कार है, किस कार का एवरेज ज्यादा है, आफ्टर सेल सर्विस किसकी अच्छी है, ठीक है, कौन सी कार ज्यादा अपने को वो देती है, पेट्रोल एफिशिएंसी है ना? तो आप इस तरीके से यू विल स्टार्ट गेनिंग नॉलेज. और whenever you are reading a newspaper or magazine, you will see a car ad, you will focus your attention on the car ad because Right now you are in a state or thinking of taking a car after a year or so. So the first stage is attention, which means awareness of a particular product and knowledge about a particular product. For example, आपने after gaining a lot of knowledge, after talking to your friends and family, you have uh, you have shortlisted two car companies. First is Honda and second maybe Ford, right? Honda and Ford. So you have to decide between Honda and Ford. Next is interest. Interest means liking and preference. So this is one step after attention is now you are taking interest. Now you may have interest means now you may go to a Honda showroom or Ford showroom, take a brochure, or the people who specifically have Honda and Ford, you may take a test drive from their car. You may go to their home specifically talking about their two cars. So now your liking and preference have started coming into play. Now you are now tilting towards, inclining towards Honda because Honda is more famous in India. So maybe you are opting out Ford and you are now going towards Honda. Next is called as desire. Desire means now your family is also pressurizing you. You have kids and you want some comfort in your life. So you are getting a lot of pressure from your family to take a four-wheeler. So now your interest is being converted into a desire. Okay, desire means if you see it's written conviction. Conviction means you are now ready to take a particular car, right? So that is called as conviction. Now you are desiring for a particular car. You have money and you have the loan options also available with you, and you have the reason also to take a car. Next is called as purchase decision. The final rectangle that you are seeing, the final bar is of purchase, right? So here your desire is being changed into action. Now you finally go to a Honda showroom and you take the test drive, and then finally you have shortlisted Honda City that okay, this car is in my budget also, this car looks good also, and this is affordable also, and this can accommodate all of my family also. So you are finally making a purchase decision. So this is called as AIDA and hierarchy of effects. This diagram basically shows the customer state of mind, the customer stages of doing a purchase decision, and the customer psychological and actional purview. When I say actional purview, see, in the first quadrant, if you can see, which is very light blue, it is written cognitive. Cognitive means in your thoughts. In your thought means you are just thinking. You are not doing anything. You are just thinking, right? That is cognitive. Effective means now it is being reflected in your moods and in your actions. How it is reflected now, you have started checking your bank account, your bank balance, started checking options for car loans, started checking options for cars, right? It is now being reflected in your actions. So that is called as affective. And then finally, co-native. Co-native means you are actually doing it. It is reflecting in your actions. You are doing it finally. So you are going to a shop, you are going to a car dealer, you are doing a deal, finalizing a deal, and you are taking a car. So that is called as co-native. So these are the stages through which a customer goes through when he is making a purchase decision. Mentally, he goes through cognitive, effective, and co-native stages, and psychologically there is attention, interest, desire, and action. And in his behavior we will see awareness, knowledge, liking, preferences, conviction, and finally a purchase decision. Okay, any confusion till now? Have you understood this diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So again, we have this diagram which shows that what when the elements of promotion are most useful. So we have studied that diagram in which awareness, knowledge, liking, preferences, conviction, and purchase was there. So when a customer is in, uh, if you can see, public relations, right? So public relations can work up to preference part, right? So preference part means, uh, the customer at this point of time is looking for options. And if you use public relations, means I am searching for options for an insurance policy. And if somebody from ICICI Bank Insurance, he comes to my house and he approaches me, so I will definitely take that policy, right? If you come to sales promotion, that sales promotion will work at the purchase end only, because when the customer will reach the car dealer, then only he will come to know that on a Ganesha day, or maybe on a, what do we call, Dhanteras. So on Dhanteras you will get 5% discount on the MRP. So when you are going for sales promotion, definitely, when you are going for purchase, then you can apply the sales promotion technique, right? So the car dealer will say that, okay, today is this day, you take this car, you will get 5% off. So that will work there. When you are going for personal selling, again purchase will come into play. When a customer is in a purchase decision, then this will be very effective personal selling if a customer is purchasing a product. Now we can see that final the advertising will be more effective in the liking phase, means whenever I am looking for ads in magazines and newspaper, then advertising will be more useful, because at the shop floor personal selling, sales promotion will play an important part, not advertising, because advertising is something that you see before you take a purchase decision, right? So advertising is useful there, not here. So if you can see that advertising is, green is not effective. So advertising is not effective in purchase phase. Advertising is, will be very effective in the liking and preference uh, section only. Okay, so this diagram shows us that which kind of technique is effective in what kind of sales decisions, right? What kind of promotional decisions. So these are four promotional decisions, whether you can go for advertising, or you can go for personal selling, or you can go for sales promotion, or you can go for public relations, right? These are the four options which are available, as you can see in the diagram. Now these are the color coded. See, blue is very effective, purple is somewhat effective, and green is not effective. So we have seen the AIDA diagram. These are the stages: awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, and purchase. So you will be able to easily make out that when a person is in the starting stage of liking a particular product, he is not going to prefer your product. Uh, Sorry, he is going to prefer your product if you are going for advertising, but advertising is not effective when he is making a purchase, because up to here he has already clear is in mind that what he is going to take. So this is how this diagram is useful. So we are left with factors that affect the promotional mix. Okay, this is left. Creating a promotional plan, criteria for setting the promotional objectives, examples of promotional objectives, and techniques for setting the promotional budget. This is left. Okay, so I think we are only left with some time. So in this limited time, we will do some MCQs, and rest of the part we will cover in the next class, in the tomorrow's class. So the first question is the advantage of audience selectivity, no ad, no competition, and personalization apply to which type of media? So what will be the answer?
Direct mail.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else wants to answer this question? Right. So very good, Vijay. You have given the right answer. Direct mail is the answer, because in direct mail you have no competition, and personalization can definitely happen in direct mail. Second question is dash is used heavily when introducing a new product category. What will be the answer? Ria, can you answer this question? Yes, Ria. Are you there? Tessin, can you answer this question? Bindu, can you answer this question?
I think, ma'am, informative advertising.
Very good, Bindu. So, informative advertising is the right answer. Informative advertising is used heavily when you are introducing a new product because whenever you are introducing a new product, you have to inform the people first. Next question is advertising aims at product selling, marketing, customer relation, or mass communication. What will be the answer?
Customer relation.
Mass
Customer
communication.
mass communication. Anybody else?
And marketing.
Marketing and
मैम सारे ही हो सकते हैं सर क्योंकि मैम क्योंकि प्रोडक्ट सेलिंग भी जरूरी है, एडवर्टाइजमेंट उसके लिए होता है, प्रोडक्ट सेलिंग के लिए होता है, और कस्टमर रिलेशन जब तक आप बढ़ाओगे तब तक आप प्रोडक्ट सेलिंग आपकी होगी नहीं। मास कम्युनिकेशन भी उसी तरह का एग्जांपल है, लेकिन मैं मार्केटिंग क्या होता है कि ये शायद मेरे हिसाब से एडवर्टाइजमेंट अफेक्ट करेगा पूरा मार्केटिंग को।
well, the correct answer is mass communication. I understand that advertising is a part of marketing, advertising is a part of product selling and customer relation also. But the main aim of advertising as a promotion strategy is mass communication because in personal selling, you are only reaching to a single customer in personal selling. In direct mail, you are individually, connecting to the customers. In publicity also, you are connecting to a very fixed number of people. But when I talk about advertising, you are reaching to a lot of people, mass communication. So that's how mass communication is answered.
And why not marketing?
Right. I'm explaining you this point only. Why not marketing? Because marketing, I have told you the definition of marketing. Marketing is not only promotion, it is creating, communicating, and delivering value to the customers. So, marketing research is also part of marketing, right? Product design is also part of marketing. 4 Ps are also part of marketing. So, advertising is not specifically a marketing act. Marketing is very huge, right? Marketing starts with marketing research, and promotion is a very small part of marketing. Promotion is heart of marketing, but a very small part of marketing. So that's why the correct answer will be mass communication, because advertising should be also always seen as a promotional strategy. It is one kind of promotional strategy that aims at mass communication. Okay. Take the attendance. Today is 17th. Bindu is present.
Yes, ma'am.
Ria is present. Tessin is present. Vijay is present. Gangotri Chauhan. Alka.
Yes, ma'am.
Alka is present. Eklusha. Eklusha is not here. Okay. So I
Ma'am,
have
please
a
can you please can you show my previous question again, please?
previous question.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So I have a request to make. It is a humble request to please come join the class on time. The class starts at 10. So it is better if you join the class maximum by 10:01 or 10:02. Okay. That's it from my side. I am ending the class now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody.